Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome. Does everyone have a copy of the opening prayers? Are the opening prayers out? Okay, great. All right. So the first thing that we do whenever we sit down to meditate is we start by establishing our intention. So let's just take a moment to generate compassion for all sentient beings and to give rise to bodhicitta, which is the compassionate wish to free all sentient beings from suffering. And then we'll say the 7-line prayer 3 times. We'll do this in English. Om Organ Yugi Num Jansam Pemage Sardompola Yatsin Chogi Ngodrupne Pemajone Jesurak Kordu Kondro Mangpokor Kyetki Jesu Dak Drupki Jinji Lop Chir Shek Suso Guru Pama City Home Organ Yugi Num Jansam Pemage Sardompola Yatsin Chogi Ngodrupne Pemajone Jesurak Kordu Kondro Mangpokor Kyetki Jesu Dak Drupki Jinji Lop Chir Shek Suso Guru Pama City Home Organ Yugi Num Jansam Pemage Sardompola Yatsin Chogi Ngodrupne Pemajone Jesurak Kordu Kondro Mangpokor Kyetki Jesu Dak Drupki Jinji Lop Chir Shek Suso Guru Pama City Home. Right, so in this class, we'll be practicing 3 different types of meditation. In these meditations, they all work together to stabilize our minds and open our hearts, generally speaking. The first kind of meditation that we'll be doing today is called Shamatha meditation, or calm abiding. And this calm abiding meditation helps to calm and settle the mind. And it helps us to experience the natural state of mind when it is relaxed and stable and open. So normally our minds are like, when our minds are agitated and wound up and we're thinking about all the things we have to do, or we're, replaying a conversation in our head, or, trying to, whatever, watching TV, or any of the kind of things we do to stimulate ourselves or keep ourselves occupied or just manage our lives, we're usually kind of agitating our mind and stirring ourselves up. And the mind winds up controlling us rather than us controlling our mind. Our mind and our emotions are kind of like, our thoughts and emotions are kind of running the show, and we're chasing along, or like, how do I change the channel back to something I want to think about? Like, I can't stop thinking about this. I want to focus on this thing. How do I get there? And and we're not in control. But the mind is like a muscle, and so we can train the mind and strengthen it the same way that we go to the gym to strengthen our bodies. We can do that with our minds. Um, so doing this calm abiding meditation trains the mind to be calm and relaxed while also being alert and wakeful. So we're not trying to just get so relaxed and sleepy and zone out. We're actually trying to really wake up and be more present, um, but also calm and relaxed. And this meditation creates space in the mind. So creating space in the mind helps us to balance our emotions. It gives us time between whatever is happening in our life and our reaction to it. Sometimes someone cuts you off in traffic, and before you even have a moment to catch yourself, you're like, "Hey, move out of here!" But you know what I mean? Like, you're yelling at them just like that because you're so in such a state of reactivity. And but with a little bit of spaciousness in the mind, there's just more room between that happening, and then you can maybe see your anger rise and not respond to it, or choose your response. Choose to have patience or compassion for this person who's cutting you off in traffic. Um, so that spaciousness really helps us to balance our emotions and choose better responses that are more in line with our values. And that spaciousness is also the first step in the development of bodhicitta, which is the compassionate wish to free all sentient beings from suffering. So when we're all stuck in our reactivity, thinking about ourselves and what makes us happy, then we don't have much space to think of others. So we put some space in our mind, and we have room to remember all of these other beings that we share the planet with, we're sharing our space with, and think of them. Um, so this is a foundational practice that really helps set the stage for success with any other meditation practice. So this is a very simple practice. All we do is we rest our attention on the breath. And you can also do this meditation with a candle, like resting your attention on the flame of a candle or on a flower or an image of the Buddha or really any object. But today we're going to use our breath. So take a comfortable seat. You can do this meditation sitting in a chair or sitting cross-legged on the floor. And place your hands in your lap, gently relaxed. Traditionally, we hold one hand in the other with the thumbs touching and place the hands so that the thumbs are just below the navel, but you can also just rest your hands on your thighs. And then check in with your posture. Make sure your spine is straight. Have like a stack of coins, one vertebra stacked on top of the other. Your shoulders are back, sitting up nice and tall, and your elbows are out a little bit away from your body so that there's room around your rib cage. We're not collapsed in on ourselves. We're sitting up with room in our rib cage to breathe. And then your eyes will remain open, looking downwards. So you can imagine a line following the bridge of your nose, going down, down, down to the ground. And then just find a place along that line where it's comfortable to rest your gaze. And then lastly, place the tip of your tongue right behind your front teeth. It's like saying the letter L. Allow yourself to relax completely and breathe normally. Just settle into your natural rhythm of breathing. If you're feeling tense and like you're not breathing naturally, you can just give a really big out breath and let out all your air. It's like, and that kind of helps reset your deep breathing. Just relax into your natural rhythm of breathing. And then put a very light attention on your breath. Don't try to control it at all. Just breathe naturally with the most gossamer thin attention on your breath. It's like taking your pulse. You don't put any pressure on it, just observe it. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. As you meditate, thoughts will come up, and that's okay. When thoughts come up, just let them go like bubbles popping on the surface of a pond. Don't even look to see what they are. Just let them pop. Your meditation is not lost by hearing your thoughts, but by following them down the road. So as soon as you notice yourself following a thought, just drop it and return to your breath. So over and over again, return to your breath. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. All right, so that's our warm-up round. We'll moment, we will do that again for a little bit longer. Before we do, does anyone have any questions about how to do this meditation? Um, so it's a very simple meditation, but it's not necessarily easy because it's the opposite of our habits. Usually, we're chasing our thoughts and following every thought, and so even though it's a simple practice, it can be difficult because it's not our habit to not follow our thoughts. Um, and some days it will feel easier than others. Um, and it's important to it's important to not worry too much about how your meditation went and not be too judgmental of yourself for it. We just sit down and we do our best. And some days it's harder than others. But if you're having a day where it's difficult to focus on your breath, then don't be discouraged. Just remember that it's not your habit and habits can change. So we just keep trying. And over time, it becomes easier to, as like working your muscles. Just over time, it gets easier and easier. So, um, so we'll do that again for a little bit longer now. So sitting up straight, with a relaxed body. Having a straight spine really helps the focus in meditation. And sometimes you might notice if you're having trouble like concentrating, you're getting tired and kind of zoning out, and then you pay attention to your body, and you're like, oh, I'm like sitting like this. Like this is not, I'm like slouching. Or, and it's like, oh, okay, let me just straighten my body, and then you feel more awake and present. So the position of our body really helps to support the stability of our minds. It helps to support us in the practice. Um, so sitting up straight with a relaxed body, your attention is on our breath, just a gentle attention on the breath. Your attention is like a feather gently riding on the surface of your breath. right, so that is the calm abiding meditation. The next meditation practice that we'll be doing is called Tonglen, or giving and receiving. And in this practice, we imagine taking the suffering of others into ourselves and sending them our happiness. And this practice helps us to overcome our self-cherishing. So usually we put our own happiness, we think of our own happiness as being the most important thing, and we think of ourselves above others. And so this helps to turn that on its head, and it helps us to put others before ourselves. And it strengthens our wish to benefit other beings, strengthens our resolve to help others, develops our compassion and our love and equanimity, so that we eventually see all beings the same, friends and enemies, we love them the same. So, so right now we've got people who we love more than others. We've got our friends and family we love so much, and then there's other people who we're like, I don't care about you. So this way, so we're practicing some meditation. We one day will be able to see all beings the same and love them all equally. So for this meditation, we sit in our meditation posture and begin by envisioning one or two beings for whom you easily feel compassion. Someone whose suffering particularly touches you. So this could be your kid, or your spouse, or a sibling, your parents, a good friend. It could even be your dog or cat. Anyone for whom you easily feel compassion. Could also be someone like a child in a war zone you saw on the news who really, broke your heart. Could be anyone for whom you easily feel compassion. Just picture them and contemplate their misery and put yourself in their place. Imagine what it must be like, what their experience must be like, and give rise to compassion. Cultivate in your heart a fervent wish to relieve their suffering and secure their happiness. And then bring your attention to your breath. Following the natural rhythm of your breath. As you breathe in, visualize that as you inhale through your nose, you take in all of the causes and conditions of their suffering in the form of black smoke. And imagine they become completely free of misery. As you breathe out, visualize that you are sending and they are receiving all of your positive and loving qualities and all conceivable sources of enduring happiness as radiant, pure light, bringing them limitless joy. You might think as you breathe in, may you be free of suffering. And as you breathe out, may you be happy. And then now we're going to repeat this again. But this time, we're going to visualize one or two people for whom you feel intense anger or aversion. So think of someone who you really don't like. This could be someone that you're in conflict with, could be someone that's hurt you, could be someone that they just rub you the wrong way. You don't know why, you just can't stand them. Visualize them in front of you and contemplate their misery. Put yourself in their shoes and think of the suffering that they experience and give rise to compassion. and contemplating their suffering, cultivate in your heart a strong wish to relieve that suffering and secure their happiness. And then bring your attention to your breath, following the natural rhythm of your breath. As you breathe in, visualize that as you inhale through your nose, you take in all of the causes and conditions of their suffering in the form of black smoke. Imagine that they become completely free of misery. And as you breathe out, visualize that you are sending and they are receiving all of your positive and loving qualities and all conceivable sources of enduring happiness as radiant pure light, bringing them limitless joy. And when they receive this, you can even imagine them being so happy if they're singing and dancing and just overjoyed. Really, really believe it. You might think as you breathe in, may you be free of suffering. And as you breathe out, may you be happy. And now expand your visualization to include all of those beings for whom you have similar feelings of anger and aversion. Imagining all of these beings in front of you for whom you have intense anger and aversion. And we again do the breath visualization. So following the natural rhythm of your breath, breathing in, visualize that as you inhale, you take in all of the causes and conditions of their suffering in the form of black smoke, and they become completely free of misery. And as you breathe out, visualize that you are sending and they are receiving all of your positive and loving qualities and all conceivable sources of enduring happiness as radiant pure light, bringing them limitless joy. And now we're going to expand our visualization one last time to now include all sentient beings. So, all humans, all animals, all beings from all of the many realms that we cannot see. Visualize them in front of you and breathing in. Visualize that as you inhale, you take in all of the causes and conditions of their suffering in the form of black smoke, freeing them from misery. And as you exhale, visualize that you're sending and they are receiving all of your positive and loving qualities, all conceivable sources of enduring happiness as radiant pure light, bringing them limitless joy. All right. So, the last meditation that we'll be doing today is a guided meditation by Jetsunma Akunlamo. This is called the Light Expansion Prayer. And Jetsunma has taught that any suffering or pain or trauma that we've experienced is the result of our belief in the illusion of separation, believing that we are separate from others. And so this meditation addresses that mistaken belief that, this meditation helps us overcome that illusion of separation and helps us to remember and recognize our true nature, which is light and oneness. So let us become still. Take a deep breath and let it out slowly. Again. Let us center deep within. Center deep within. Deep within to the presence of the Absolute. And there is radiance. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace the physical body and all of the physical body is filled with the presence of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to fill our beings on all dimensions. And all that we are is filled with the radiance of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to fill everyone here. And everyone here on all dimensions is filled with the presence of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace this building. And all of this building is filled with the light of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace this nation. And the government of this nation is filled with the radiance of the Absolute. And the people of this nation are one life. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace planet Earth. All nations and all governments are filled with the presence of the Absolute, and there is peace. And the 8 billion are one life, radiant. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to fill this galaxy. All planets, all stars, and all life forms are within the embrace of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace the universe. All dimensions and all kingdoms are filled with the presence of the Absolute. And in all the universe, there is only one life. Now, as we return our consciousness back to physical form, we continue to embrace all that is and to know union, that we are one. And at the end of our practice, we say the dedication prayers. So whenever we create virtue, we don't keep it for ourselves, we give it away to others. And that's part of our practice. So we can, oops, it's the wrong button. Okay, we can say these together. Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue I have accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice and all that I will ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being, while their wisdom and compassion increase in this and every future life. May I clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomenon. May I quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and bodhisattvas all together, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of life accomplishment, whatever kind of benevolent power, and whatever kind of immense wisdom you have, similarly I, who have come in the same way to benefit beings, pray to attain these qualities. By this effort, may all sentient beings be free of suffering. May their minds be filled with the nectar of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shine throughout all realms. Well, thank you all so much for being here today. Next is Rio Samchud at 12. This is it's like 20-minute practice. It's a smoke offering practice. It purifies the environment and just clears obstacles and creates blessings. And it's a really beautiful practice. So you're welcome to stay for that. That'll just be right here starting in a few minutes. And if you're online and you'd like to join, you can join on Zoom, and you can find the link to that on our website, on our calendar. And hopefully while you're here, you'll have the opportunity to walk around. With the snow, it can be kind of difficult to get around, but there's the koi ponds. The fish are in torpor right now, which is like their hibernation kind of time, but it's still really beautiful to go over there and see the koi ponds and yeah, enjoy the snowy day here.